And we're live.
God damn it, DS, we are live, brother. We are live on YouTube. I'm trying to have us go live on Instagram as well.
Instagram.
Hey, we live on both. We are
On
live on
Instagram, straight
Instagram.
flexing.
Boom.
Pop
Let's
the
go.
Molly, I'm sweating. Woo.
We live on both, DS. I just got the alert on my phone. 10-7 MMA is live.
Golly.
Come on now. Let's go
Golly.
right.
But man, is it good to be back, brother? It's good to be back. Good to be with you. I missed you, even though I saw you like a week ago.
You did. Mr. Card, the informality says live. We are live, brother. That is true. DS, I miss you too, man. Again, we saw each other last week. It feels like it's been months, man. This break's been fucking killing me.
Yep.
Like, you know me. Like, we both have a lot of shit going on in life, right? We're very busy men.
Type shit.
Yeah, we're both very busy kind of guys. We got our lives and our ladies and, all this stuff going on. But it's like MMA is like it's my main passion. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Went through a dry spell, and we're entering, not just was it a dry spell, right? It's kind of the end of an era, and not just because we're doing the Paramount Plus stuff, right? I feel like we're really at a crossroads, right? There's kind of a big passing of the torch moment here, right? You got Ilya, who's out for a while, or maybe not, right? Like, we heard some positive news a couple weeks ago. But it's interesting. It's an interesting time to be an MMA fan. I do think the Paramount Plus shit is going to be huge. It's going to be nice not to have to spend over $1,000 to watch every pay-per-view, because I know all of you guys, I know the people that are watching this are just nothing but honest, thoroughbred, good old boys. And I know they're all paying for the pay-per-views, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know what, bro? Honestly, I'll keep it real with you. I wasn't paying for all of them, DS. I don't know if you know that about me. But I paid for a couple.
It ain't so, brother.
I paid for a couple, and randomly enough, one of the ones I paid for was the one that we went to. So I paid for it to have it on at my house while I wasn't even here. So that was cool, I guess.
Wait, what?
Well, a super long story, but okay. It is what it is.
Fair. But obviously, we are here today to break down UFC 324. Are you frozen, or are you just like very intently looking? Okay, he's frozen.
I'm not frozen for me. You're
back. All right. Yeah, UFC 324 though, man. First, what are they called now? Premium live events. First PLE. They're kind of doing the WWE model, except instead of Peacock, they are on Paramount Plus. I just want to say, Paramount Plus, you better get it fucking together, because that app is an absolute goddamn nightmare. DS here of D107 MMA, I'm predicting that there's going to be some major fucking issues on Saturday.
That's not good. I don't like hearing that.
No, I don't like hearing it either, bro. But like, they really need to fix the infrastructure of that app. It's one of the fucking worst apps.
I haven't played around with it too much. I saw they were doing like the simulcast and like the weird fucking camera angles and shit. That looks like it's going to be dope. So I'm down to mess around with that. But
I don't know that they're going to be able to handle that many fucking people. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping for the best. We'll see. I'm sure they'll work it out.
Expecting the worst, right?
Type shit. As
hoping
I do.
For the best, but expecting the worst. You know that song?
Are you gonna drop the bomb or not?
Was it good?
Let us die young or let us live forever.
Okay. All right, DS.
That's enough of that. So obviously UFC 324, man, it's a pretty big card,
Yeah.
Weird title fight. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's two guys that don't deserve to be here. Like, neither one of them. It's not one of two guys that shouldn't be here. It's literally two guys that don't deserve to be here, right? Obviously, it should be Ilia Topuria, and it should be Arman Tsarukyan fighting for the title. But since Ilya's going through what he's going through, and the UFC doesn't fucking like Arman, which, by the way, DS, I don't know if you've been seeing on social media everywhere. Everyone's like, oh, man, Arman Tsarukyan, who knew he had so much personality? People are, like, loving him. Was I not saying that shit last year? Was I not trying to tell everyone that Arman Tsarukyan is a fucking star? Anytime we post him, like Arman Tsarukyan wins a grappling match, I post him, and we get 10,000 DMs from, like, Armenians and Russians saying gibberish in languages we don't fucking understand.
Shout out Armenians and Russians. Yeah, I don't really understand the hate. Pound for pound, one of the most talented guys in the UFC, one of the most well-rounded guys in the UFC. I guess the only reason I could think of to really hate him is because he's absurdly fucking rich. But then also, like, he can be doing fucking anything. He also doesn't have to do anything, and he's out there, you know, putting his fucking body on the line, right? Putting his head on the line. So I don't know. To me, there's some honor in that too, right? Like, you don't have to be doing this shit. You don't have a family to feed. Your life wouldn't fucking change, you know, in terms of your financial status without it. And the fact that you're still doing it, I think that's pretty big. So yeah,
Shout
I don't know.
out my boy Anki in the chat, DS on Instagram. What up, Anki?
Bro, how do you so are we only seeing the YouTube comments here?
It should be pulling up the Instagram comments. It did it last time when I was doing this, but just pull up IG on your phone, like have it silenced next to you. And
oh yeah, you want me to do that? And then how the fuck am I going to record the camera?
All right, brother. I don't fucking know. I'll read the IG comments to you as they roll in.
Please do. Please do.
If they roll in.
Please do.
If anyone's directing shit towards UDS, I'll let you know.
By all means. By all means, if you have something to say to me, just go ahead and get it off your chest at this point. You can't hurt my feelings more than I hurt my own feelings. So, you know. But UFC 324, man, you know, obviously we've got the title fight. We've got Sean O'Malley returning. He's taking on finally another guy that's a striker, right? We've had kind of, you know, Sean O'Malley, the UFC wants him to be good, right? The UFC wants him to be at the top of the sport. We've got your boy Waldo Cortez Acosta taking on Derek Lewis, which is a big step in competition. We haven't seen Derek Lewis in a while, man, you know? So we'll see how that goes. But do you have anything to say? Should we just dive right into it? You want to go top to bottom, bottom to top?
Whatever. I mean, bottom to top, let's keep it old school unless anyone. By the way, again, for those of you that are watching now, weren't watching at the beginning, simulcast on YouTube and Instagram, DS. So we're trying some new shit out here. Let's go bottom to top. Unless anyone wants to say something, unless anyone has questions, we'll play it by ear, bro. We're pretty good at this shit. We're experts. Come on now.
Year 3, baby. And just I do want to just say that year 3 for the 10-7 MMA, right?
Yeah.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it. Last year was our best year yet, which really it's a 50% shot, right? But you know, it is what it is. Damn, thanks, bro. Is that Rennie? Who's that?
Yeah, I think it's Rennie. I left IG and came to YouTube to tell DS he's the
damn my guy. My guy. Thank you, bro.
Rennie with a moment. Rennie gets his moment right here on the camera. You know what I'm saying?
And just let it be known, Rennie with the first what's like chat bubble of 2026. So and who better for it? So shout out Rennie. But yeah, man, I have no idea what I was saying at this point. So fuck it, you know. Let's just dive right into it.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm almost ready. Let me get my little notes here.
Present it, DS. Come on, man. No, this ain't time to be out of sorts, ring rust, none of that shit, bro. It's 2026.
I don't have no ring rust. Oh, what I was saying is, you know, our goal for 2026 is 5,000 subs on YouTube. I feel like we could hit 2,000 on Instagram, right? We're over 1,000 now.
Yeah, why not?
Come on, let's get there. Let's get there, guys. Tell your friends, give us a little like and subscribe if you haven't, and let's get right to it. The first fight of 2026 is newcomer Ty Miller. He's taking on Adam Thuggett at 170. Dino Bam Bam, how do you see this one going?
Yeah, man, let's start with, I mean, this one's really obvious, DS. If you watched anybody's pick videos, everybody's going Ty Miller, right? Nobody's giving Adam Fugit, whatever they want to call him, a chance.
Fugit. Yeah. I was just being facetious.
Oh, there we go. Ty Miller's undefeated, right? 6-0, young, aggressive, obviously being fast-tracked here, DS. He's fighting a guy that is a 50-50 fighter in the UFC. He's an older fighter. The UFC knows at this point who Adam Fugit is. He's a guy that's just kind of sticking around, and he's a guy that you feed to prospects. He's like the prototypical version of that fighter, right? We talk about all these kind of archetypes that people could be. That's who he is. He is the guy that you feed to an upcoming prospect. Obviously, question marks with Ty Miller coming off of the Contender Series. He hasn't faced anybody really high level, and this is probably his toughest test to date. Fugit, like I said, experienced, gritty, proven. He can survive in some bad spots. He's tough. He's durable. When you start using those terms as main describers of somebody, DS, that's not a good thing, right? When you start saying, oh, well, he's tough. He's a dog. He's gritty. It's like, brother, I don't want to hear that. So
that means he's mid. He's mid.
Right. He's mid. Look, I do think he is tough. So I don't think he gets finished. I'm going Ty Miller by decision. And we got Teron Brown in the chat saying, what up, boys? What up, baby? Let's get it.
What up, Teron? Yeah, look, man. First of all, I fucking hate these odds. I really do. Minus 420 for a newcomer. I mean, how many times last year? And if you saw the awards video, right, we had a lot of honorable mentions for being fraud checked. So we see it all the time, right? And a guy that's only 6-0, he's 25 years old, very fresh to the game. He's got a couple knockouts on his record, but he also has some split decisions. He has a split decision, a unanimous decision against guys who have had like one fight, two fights, one fight. It's a risk, man. It's a risk. Really, what you're betting on here is that Adam Fugit is done. I mean, dude, I'm fucking like real close to like, I don't know. Like, I want to pick Adam Fugit. I really do. I just think that Ty Miller does have the power. I'm gonna go with like a mid-second round knockout, man. I could see a decision. I just think he's got too much power. I think Adam Fugit's best way to win this fight is to utilize that wrestling, right? Because we haven't really seen a lot of that from Ty Miller. He should have a pretty big striking advantage at this point. Adam Fugit only 15 professional fights, and he's getting in the older side of things here. I don't know, man. I just think the odds are crazy, but I am going to go with Ty Miller as well. I'm not betting this one. I'll tell you that for sure. I am not betting this fight.
So we're in agreement, DS. First fight of the year. First agreement of the year. I love that. By the way, Teron Brown says he's here from 10-7 MMA. Shout out Justin James and Huzefa. Love those guys. I'm constantly in their chat. They show us love. Great dudes, great channel. If you're subscribed to us and you're not subscribed to them, go subscribe to them. It's like a brotherhood of 10-7s. I like that we don't have like a beef with them yet. You know what I mean? Yes, should we combine at some point and do like a 2014? What does that mean?
Just like a 20 instead of 10-7, just do like 2014.
Oh shit, the 2014.
You know what I mean?
I'll talk to him. I'll hit somebody up. I thought you were saying you want to fight them. I was like, look, I'll fight Huzefa. I don't have a problem with that. Justin,
look, I always say I'll fight any other YouTube creator or whatever, right? But I'm not fighting any professional fighters. I'm good, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
So
welcome.
That challenge does stand for 2026, by the way. If any MMA content creator who is not a professional fighter wants to do a little spar, I'm down. Obviously, we'll have to record it and all that good stuff. So unless I get knocked out, then we will not be recording it and we'll destroy the footage. So boom. All right, let's move on to the next fight, which is, let me get back to my little notes here. All right, we've got Ricky Turcios versus Cameron Smotherman. You want to just keep going first, or you want to go back and forth?
That's fine, DS. Look, I'll talk about this fight because you know why? Because I hate this. Like, excuse me, I hate this fight. I really do not like this fight. And the problem with it is I like both of these guys. I like Ricky Turcios. I like Cam Smotherman. I think they're both, like, they both had so much hype coming into the UFC for me personally. I loved Ricky Turcios off of The Ultimate Fighter. Loved Smotherman off of the Contender Series. So goddamn excited. And then they both just, like, disappointed the hell out of us, man. Like, Ricky Turcios, I was expecting and obviously, again, this is, I don't mean he was Tony Ferguson, but that was the kind of fighter I was expecting. Just like an awkward, gritty, long-bodied, kind of jack of all trades, going to crush you with pressure and do all that stuff and be super unpredictable. And he has kind of been that. And there are moments where, like, for example, the Raul Rosas fight, we saw some good shit from him against a very high-level guy in Raul Rosas Jr. But then at other times, man, he is terrible, DS. Like, he just looks hesitant to go. It looks like he doesn't want to take damage, even though he's a guy that we can tell can wear damage very well. So I don't love what we've seen out of Ricky Turcios. Again, if this fight was 3-4 months ago before the last time I saw Cam Smotherman fight, I'd be so confident in taking Cameron Smotherman. But he's another guy that's been disappointing. He's younger than Ricky Turcios, who, by the way, is also not that old. But Cameron Smotherman, man, some holes in his game. Yes, he lost. Yes, it was to pretty high-level competition. Ricky Simone last time out. But he looked like shell-shocked for the first 2 rounds of that fight, man. I really hated that. And what I really hate about it, DS, is a minus 205 on Cam Smotherman, right? I don't fuck with that at all, dude. That's why, if you watch the quick picks that I dropped earlier in the week, I went with Ricky Turcios. This is one of 2 fights that I am very wishy-washy on. I'm very hesitant. I've been flip-flopping the whole time. I think I'm still sticking with Ricky Turcios. Official pick, of course, on Saturday on Instagram. We're back in the creator thing, DS. So that'll drop on Saturday, but I'm going to change a few more times. I'm going Ricky Turcios just because I think he has more dog in him than Cam Smotherman. Very, very liable to change that, by the way.
Yeah. And honestly, we've seen Cam Smotherman get taken down pretty easily too. It's just like these guys have had a similar career in a lot of ways, right? Where like they've both shown us talent. They both, like you said, like looked like dogs at times coming out of, the respective places where they came from, Contender Series, all that. But then, like, they've both had, like, kind of, like, very disappointing careers since then. Well, maybe not very disappointing, but you expected more out of them, right?
Yeah.
And I think Ricky Tercios, for me in particular, like, I don't know, I was really high on him. He looked like such an unorthodox, like, crazy fighter who was actually going to be able to do something. But I don't know, man. Like, I've seen him give up a lot of times, right? And he gets worn down. I don't know. I get what you're saying. I am going to go with Cam Smotherman here. I think the striking is just going to be better. I just think he's more athletic. Now, I could see a world where Ricky Tercios just puts on the pressure, is a little bit, we've seen Cam Smotherman fade, right? So I could see a world where Ricky Tercios is just more aggressive and is just kind of pushing the pace. I really think he needs to work those takedowns and try to work the grappling and maybe land some damage. But again, when's the last time you saw him land damage when he's taking somebody down? So I'm going to go with Cam Smotherman by decision here, man. I am not betting this one either. It's pretty 50-50 for me. If I was going to bet it, I guess if the odds stay the same or swell to the side of Tercios, I would bet on him. But honestly, this is another one that, truthfully, I'm probably staying away from.
Two things, DS. Once the official picks come out, it's more than 90% likely we will end up with Cam Smotherman when we do our combined 10-7 picks.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know that because I'm not convinced in the least, like I'm very 50.
Well, I mean, if we need to throw in some underdogs, I don't think it's the worst thing. We'll talk about it.
I wanted to talk about that real quick. So me and you were talking a little earlier, and I was talking to Harry from Pro Schmo Bets about the series. So we're doing a new series, guys. I'm not going to give away like the full sauce, but basically it's can AI beat a pro better? And the underdog that it gave me for the week that AI gave me was Ricky Tercios. Now, looking at the chat real quick, I might be wrong. What up, baby? I was just on No Bromo's channel with him, DS, a day or two ago. I might be wrong. What up, brother? But he says, my boy Cam Smotherman about to show levels. Trust. We'll see. I don't doubt it, man. It's a guy we were both very high on, but he's been disappointing. You can't say he hasn't been disappointing. So it is what it is.
Agree. All right, Let's move on. We've got our first big boy fight of the year, man. Our first heavyweight fight of the year. We've got two relatively raw newcomers. We've got Josh Hokett. He is taking on Denzel Freeman. How do you see this one going, man, with the two big-ass boys?
Yeah, another one that's kind of had people split. DS, I'm going Josh Hokett, man. I'm not going to really play around too much with this one. Yes, it's heavyweight. Anything can happen. Anytime you see plus 200, plus 220 on a heavyweight, and especially a guy that is pretty good in Denzel Freeman, that sounds tempting. Last time out in the UFC, just a miserable showing for Denzel Freeman. Yeah. He looked so goddamn good, DS, on the way to the UFC.
Yep.
I don't know if it was the lights. I don't know if it was the pressure of just being in the UFC. He was sparring. He did not look like he had any sort of like malice.
The power looked like it was gone. Like a very weird,
super weird fight. And Josh Hokett, every season on Dana White's Contender Series, which, by the way, you guys should be watching Dana White's Contender Series. Absolutely. If you're not. It's the best show on television. But every year, DS, we get 1 to maybe 2 stars of that show, right? And those guys go into the UFC and they get kind of fast-tracked and whatnot. Josh Hokett was that guy this year. It was him and Steven Asplin, Mr. Titties.
And it's exciting when it's a heavyweight, too, because we always rip on the heavyweight division because it's fucking ass, man. And the UFC always makes some questionable ass decisions when it comes to the heavyweight division. So I want whoever wins, like, I want them to be really good. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't really care. I don't have a dog in the fight. But if it's Denzel Freeman, I want him to build on that, right? I want to see more after that.
Yeah. So, look, I do think it's going to end up being Josh Hokett. Denzel Freeman is very athletic, DS. He's big as hell. He can grapple. We know that from his regional tape. Like, he has really good grappling. I just don't think he's as athletic, as explosive as Josh Hokett, who is riding as high that very few heavyweights are riding at this point. And again, with this being on Paramount, I think the UFC knows what they're doing with matchmaking specifically on this card. I think this entire card was match made a specific way to give us introductions to a lot of people.
And they had a long ass time to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
right. To give stars their big moments. It is the first card on Paramount. Josh Hokett will win this fight. I'm going round 2 KO. I think Denzel will last a little bit because he is hard to hit. And then Josh Hokett gives us a fucking crazy post-fight promo. Crazy. Calling out somebody nuts. Like, he's going to call his shot.
Who do you think he'll call out?
He's calling somebody out in the rankings. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's going to, one of those.
Which I don't want to see that. Yeah. You know, not that the heavyweight rankings are scary at all, but which is wild. Like, You know, think about what the UFC used to be. But yeah, look, man, I completely agree with you. 100%. I have Hokit by second round knockout as well. For me, like, yeah, Denzel Freeman has decent wrestling. Josh Hokit is an all-American wrestler. So, you know, I don't think he's going to have, I think Freeman is going to get overwhelmed there. I really do. I think he's going to be completely overwhelmed in the wrestling. I guess technically, like with the hype and you know, on paper, I don't know. I guess Freeman's supposed to have the better striking. I don't really think he's necessarily better anywhere. I really don't. So both these guys are really athletic. Obviously, it's heavyweight. Anything could happen. But, and it's also like this could be one of those fights where it's boring as fuck. I could see that happen too. Like I could see just like, I don't think it will be, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Right. So I think we see Hokit utilize the wrestling. I think he's just as good, if not better, on the feet. I'm going to go with Josh Hokit second round knockout as well.
Yeah. So we're calling the same exact thing on that fight. Teron Brown in the chat. Josh Hokit is a Colby Covington wannabe, and not because of the fighting style, but because of the antics. I agree.
Sure.
And a lot of people,
a
lot of people are comparing him to Chael Sonnen. I like the Colby Covington comparison more.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Chael Sonnen, first of all, fuck, man, I didn't appreciate Chael when he was around. Like Chael Sonnen, the best on the mic, UFC history,
behind Conor.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll give you that. You're right. Still, one of a kind, though. Teron Brown says Freeman is kind of boring.
He is.
Honestly, I agree, man. I agree. Like, you know, again, like I've heard his striking hyped up, and you know, I know he's done some good things. I just don't really see it. I don't think it's like high level striking. I don't know. We'll see, man. I guess he's technically well rounded. He's pretty athletic, but yeah, I think he's gonna get overwhelmed in this one.
Yep. And then that's 0-2 for him, by the way, which is a fucking miserable way to start your career in the UFC. Just saying.
It is, especially in this weak ass heavyweight division.
Yep.
So, all right, let's move on. And this is probably the fight I'm most interested to see or hear what you have to say. I know I listened to you obviously on the quick picks. If you guys haven't checked that out, check it out. But it's Michael Johnson versus Alexander Hernandez. What a this is like elite matchmaking. I think this is elite matchmaking. These are two of the most impossible to pick guys when it comes to what the fuck is going to happen. I mean, just look at Michael Johnson's record, 24-19, and then look at the guys that he's beaten. Look at the guys that he's lost to. MMA math don't be mathing whatsoever. Whatsoever. It rarely do. It's absolutely not mathing when it comes to Michael Johnson. And then you got Alex Hernandez, who is just a fucking maniac, right? And again, another guy who's like kind of like Tercios too, where it's like you don't know what you're gonna get out of him, man. So please enlighten me. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this one. How do you see Johnson versus Hernandez going?
Well, Teron Brown says he's got Hernandez, and he says Johnson is one of those guys you never know what you're gonna get from him. And that's basically what it is, man. DS, you broke it down. He broke it down. How many times? Every time Alex Hernandez fights, right? I've always used the same joke, and it feels like he's fought 50,000 times since we started this channel. And I'm like, I haven't lost more money on anybody in sports more than Alex Hernandez. However, 319, we were in the crowd, and I picked him to beat Chase Hooper, didn't I? That's who we fought.
You did, and all the rest of us picked Alex Hernandez, so good on you there.
And I had like round and method. I was going crazy on the first three fights.
Oh, you went nuts on that card, yeah.
Went absolutely bananas.
By the way, again, 70% on the year here at 10-7 MMA, 2 years running. So just saying. Not saying, just saying.
Yeah. So look, DS, Alexander Hernandez is on fucking fire right now, dog. I think it's a 4-fight win streak. Yeah, Diego Fajeda last time out, Chase Hooper at 319, Kurt Hollabaugh before that, and Austin Hubbard to end last year. So 3-0 last year, 4-0 in general. Man, he's explosive. He's aggressive. He's super goddamn dangerous early in fights. His cardio does get kind of sus as we get on late into fights. When he's disciplined, man, he looks elite. This is a guy that can compete with people that you think are a lot better than him, right? And
don't forget how hyped he was at one point. Like he was
knocked out Beneil Dariush, man. You know what I mean?
The next big thing, man. He was very, very hyped.
It was the Cowboy fight that kind of shut down his hype. But regardless, he is taking on Michael Johnson, a guy which, as you mentioned earlier, just some of the weirdest wins in MMA history. Like you look at the people he's fought, he has wins versus guys like Dustin Poirier. He should not be beating Dustin Poirier. He's fought Justin Gaethje. He's fought everybody. He's a veteran chaos agent, Diaz. Fast hands, sharp counters, capable of beating anybody on the right night, but obviously also notoriously inconsistent and super goddamn vulnerable to pressure. And he seems kind of chinny. We've seen him knocked out and sometimes comically, like snoring in the cage. So I'm going Alex Hernandez, man. I got to stay with the hot hand on this one. I'm going Hernandez by decision. He's been on a roll. That's 4 in a row. If he wins this one, DS, back into the rankings with Alex Hernandez. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and rightfully so. I will go against you on this one. I will. Yeah. Is that the first or the second time on this card? I think the second, right?
Twice, but Cam Smotherman is more than likely going to be. You seem a lot more confident in Alex Hernandez than you do in Tercio. So I am going to go with Michael Johnson here, man. I just think that the hand speed is still there. Alex Hernandez, yeah, man. If you tell me that you know how this fight's going to go, you're full of shit, right? So take that with a grain of salt. I am going to go Michael Johnson. I'm going to go Michael Johnson by decision, man. You know, we've seen him get a couple decision victories of late. You're saying that Alexander Hernandez on a tear. I mean, Michael Johnson's been on a 3-fight win streak, right? 2 of those by decision. Knocked out Ataman Azaitar in the second round by knockout. Fucking Daniel Zellhuber.
He beat Daniel Zellhuber, who was another guy who was super hyped. So, look, man, I think Johnson still has the hand speed. I've seen, I don't know if we follow him, I'm pretty sure, on Instagram, but it seems like he's been working on his wrestling even more. So, I don't know. Is he going to use that? Who knows? For me, I just know that Alex Hernandez, he's going to come out like a bat out of hell. I think he's going to win that first round probably. I could see him getting knocked the fuck out in the first round, getting too aggressive too, I will say. I just think that in the second and third round, strangely enough, I just think that Michael Johnson is going to have more in the tank. I think Alex Hernandez is going to slow down. Yeah. I know he's shown, he does have that dog in him sometimes. I just think that Michael Johnson is going to have more in the tank in the second and third rounds and be able to win those 2 and take the decision victory in this one.
DS, if this is a dog fight and we happen to get to that third, the odds heavily sway in Michael Johnson's favor. He's got the better cardio, and he's got just more pure like punching power. He's more whippy, more snappy with the punches. So I don't mind.
This could be a good live bet.
Yeah. And then I might be wrong in the chat says I'm going all the Johnsons on this card, Charles and Michael, which leads us into our next fight, DS, if we want to just go there at this point.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's just jump right into it. Yeah, I mean, we've got probably one of the biggest fans of the channel, Charles Johnson. He's taking on Alex Perez, which, dude, again, I just have to say this every time that we talk about CJ, the most disrespected fighter in the UFC right now, and it's not close. It's insane. We talk about Arman, right, and how he's disrespected. Charles Johnson is disrespected, like, in a different way, right? It's insane to me, like, the shit that this guy's done. He has a knockout win over the current champion. And they just refuse to put him in the rankings. They refuse. He's constantly fighting like newcomers that last name ends in OV or EV. Right. He's like, he's getting the most brutal fucking like matchups where like if he wins, he gets nothing out of it. If he loses, he's cooked. So props to him for taking on all comers, man. I fucking love Charles Johnson, and one of the most well-rounded fighters, a great dude overall. But how do you see this one going, man?
Yeah, I mean, I see it going exactly the same way as I saw it going when it was announced, DS. We actually spoke to Charles Johnson, like, immediately when this fight was announced, and I told him, not that he fucking needs me. They got a great team out there, but I was like, hey, CJ, like, you're seeing what I'm seeing, right? Like, these holes in this guy's game, just trying to help him out a little bit. He's like, yeah, like, I know, bro. I see that for sure. Look, Alex Perez is really goddamn good, DS. He is such a good fighter. Another guy that's been kind of criminally underrated throughout his career.
You're right.
He fought for a title. You know what I mean? Fought for a flyweight title. But the problem with Alex Perez, in every fight that he loses, he looks good until he doesn't. He makes one mistake. And when he makes that one mistake, it's up to you as his opponent to either take advantage of it and figure it out and fucking end the fight there, or he's probably going to win. Charles Johnson on an absolute tear, the only man in the UFC with a win over Josh Van. I think, DS, this is a big moment for him, man. If Charles Johnson can win this fight, have himself a Mike moment like he did in China when he was speaking Chinese to the crowd. Like, they loved him. He's got massive support in China. He's got massive support out there now. I think Charles Johnson wins this fight. I think he probably wins this fight by decision. Alex Perez is tough, but I could see CJ getting a KO. I think what Charles Johnson needs to do, DS, is after winning this fight, take advantage of your fucking microphone moment.
I was going to say the same fucking thing.
Grab the mic.
He has to.
grab the mic, let all these people, like, remind them, and then all these new motherfuckers on Paramount, you let them know, my name is Charles Energy Johnson. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, and I beat the fuck out of the champion. I slept his ass. Like, what's good? You know, like, he doesn't have to go full heel. I know he's a great family man and such a nice dude, but CJ needs to have a mic moment where he lets all these new viewers know that he is the one that has already beaten this man, and he will do it again. DS, it's not out of the question that we get a title shot by the end of the year. That's all I'm saying.
It's absolutely not. And I think this is going to be a big one for him. I think you cannot disrespect him after this, right? I also am going to go with Charles Johnson, not just because he's a friend of the channel. I think the length is going to be a problem, for Alex Perez. I think that Alex Perez, like you said, man, he tends to make one big mistake per fight. Now he's getting older too. And again, we always talk about it at these lighter weight classes, right? Especially this one. The skill level is so fucking high, and the decline as you get older, it comes fast, right? Pause again.
Wow.
But yeah, look, man, I think he's going to end up overextending himself. Am I saying words right now? Overextending himself. Okay. And I think CJ is going to be able to take advantage of that. I do agree that there is a possibility for a knockout, but I too am going to go with CJ by decision. That's it. That's so interesting. That's so interesting. We're literally from Chicago, literally. Which Chicago, I don't know.
Baby. Where are you from, Tehran? You let us know. What about your accent, dog?
Yeah, let us know. But yeah, I'm gonna go CJ by decision, man. I think again, what you said is so perfect. He needs to have that mic moment, like you said. Doesn't need to go heel, but new era, Paramount Plus. Like, I think that's the one thing. He's got the look, right? He's the only fucking man.
They just put him in the video game and shit. It's time.
He's finally in the video. And that's also complete fucking bullshit. How did you wait this long to put him in the fucking video game? Also, it's time to drop another one, UFC. But just want to say, like, he needs that mic moment for sure. And he's the only fucking guy in the UFC with a skullet. Okay, so he's got the look. He's got a great personality. He just needs to let people know at this point. But yeah, CJ by decision, man. I really, really hope he gets it.
Energy, baby. Let's get it, DS.
Let's move on, man. So next fight we've got at 205, and this is a great fight, man. We've got Nikita Krylov. He is taking on Modestas Bukauskas. Actually, I am very curious what you think about this one too, man.
Yeah, look, pound for pound, prime for prime, DS. I don't think it's close, man. And that's not a shot or a knock on Modestas Bukauskas. Nikita Krylov.
That's also not fair, bro. He got fucking Khalil Roundtree.
He did, and that was really fucking bad.
He looked like pretty fucking good, dude. He looked like he was going to be, pretty solid.
Shout out Atomic in the chat. What up? Look, DS, I love Nikita Krylov, man. Just that time away. Like, he took time away. I believe he was fighting in the war. I believe he was in the Ukraine-Russia situation.
That's true.
Spent hella time away from that. Came back to the UFC after a long absence where people thought like he had died. He just disappeared off of social media. But anyways, he comes back, gets knocked out, comes back, gets knocked out. That's not good. And this is his third fight in like a short span where he's been knocked out twice. Now, I don't think that Modestas Bukauskas is anything special, but he is training with the current heavyweight champion of the world, Tom Aspinall. And I say training, even though Tom Aspinall's not training because he has an eye boo-boo. He's having LASIK surgery one of these fucking days. But yeah, like he's got high-level competition, Ante Delia and Tom Aspinall, and he's been training with all these people. And I just don't like that Nikita Krylov is in here so quickly after being chinned and so quickly after just looking bad, man. I don't love it at all, DS. I have to go Modestas Bukauskas. I would absolutely love to see Nikita Krylov win this fight, but I'm going Modi Bao. How's that for a nickname? Modi Bao by TKO round 2.
Yeah, look, man, you pretty much broke it down perfectly. Krylov's best and easiest way to win this fight would be to utilize that wrestling, utilize the grappling. Bukauskas, we've never seen much out of him in that regard. But we did see him stuff 4 or 5. He stuffed a good amount of Ion Kutalaba's takedowns. So, look, maybe he's improved in that regard, right? And I think he has to some extent. For me, this is pretty much classic wrestler, grappler versus striker, right? So, but
I don't know, man. Modestas Bukauskas is like, he's a good kickboxer.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you were saying he's a grappler. I was like,
no, I'm saying Krylov is the grappler.
My bad. All right, that makes sense now.
Because he's a former kickboxing champion. So yeah, I mean, yeah, and he's got great power. I think he's, the more he's removed from that fucked up ass knee injury that he had, the better I think he'll be. I still have high hopes for him. He's got great power both in the hands and in the feet. I'm gonna go with him by first round knockout, but pretty much exactly what you said. I really don't like that Krylov is taking this fight after getting absolutely fucked up 2 fights in a row. The UFC doing him no favors, giving him Modestas Bukauskas.
100p. He could surprise some people, though. I hope so. Teron Brown says, I am from Chicago originally. Shout out Chicago. But I've been in the South for the last 17 years. Now Mississippi, now living in Nashville, Tennessee. I guess I can no longer call myself a Chicagoan anymore. Yes, you can. That shit is in your DNA, brother. It is on your birth certificate, I would assume, right?
You know what is the true mark of a Chicagoan? What are you doing Saturday night? Are you going to, obviously you're watching this. Are you going to pop in anywhere else? Right. Because on Saturday, D Rose jersey retirement, bro. How crazy is that?
Shout out D Rose, man. What a legend. What a fucking legend. Dude.
Shout out fucking Derrick Rose, man. From Brown Chicago. Says, unbelievable. Unfucking believable. God, I love me some Derrick Rose, man. Fuck.
Shout out to Derrick Rose. Teron Brown says, I'm a Southerner now. And Atomic says, Krylov is not the same. He wasted his prime being inactive. Yeah. Yes, right. And again, I don't know if he was like forced to do that. There's the whole situation with him being from Ukraine, but now he walks out with a Russian flag, DS, because his area of Ukraine is now Russia.
I fucking hate that. I fucking hate that. That is some bitch ass shit, bro. That is some bitch ass shit, bro. What?
Like, I'm walking out with no flag. I'm doing the little globe. You know what I mean?
No, I'm walking out. Fuck Russia, bro. I'm literally walking out. Fuck Russia. Like, what? That's so crazy. That's so crazy.
Maybe he was fighting on their side.
Bitch ass shit, bro. That is really some bitch ass shit.
Maybe he was on their side, DS. Maybe he was fighting with the Russians against his own people. And then maybe he deserves these knockouts. We don't know. That's all I'm saying. We don't know the ins and outs.
For us. Somebody look into that. What's going on with Nikita Krylov? Why is he being a bitch ass guy?
Teron Brown.
Or is he not being a bitch ass guy and is he just Russian? Then why the fuck was he rocking the Ukrainian flag? Bro's confused.
I don't sound like someone from Chicago anymore. It's okay, brother. We still accept you. If you're from here, we accept you. Where'd you go to school? You know what I mean? That's important. High school. That's a very big one, DS. It's like when you move to a certain state, you live there for a certain period of time, you kind of catch the accent. Of course. That is a very big thing.
Yeah. Very big. Don't catch anything else though.
All right. You ready to move on, DS?
Let's move on.
This one should be interesting, right? Very competitive fight.
This is interesting. I feel like the previous fight could have been higher up. I just want to say that. But anyway, all right. Next fight, we've got Ateba Gauthier. He is taking on Andre Pulyaev. I don't think we need to spend a lot of time on this one, but how do you see it going?
It's a lamb to slaughter, DS. That's what's happening here. This is Ateba Gauthier being matched up perfectly with
the UFC wants to show him off.
Yeah, a long, lanky-bodied, skinny dude with a big head. He's going to get that head sent into the 5th row at T-Mobile Arena. Ateba Gauthier is going to be packaged as like the new Francis Ngannou, the middleweight boogeyman, and they're kind of giving him a really slow rise up the rankings.
They really are, and that's okay. I'm not mad at it.
They say he's 24, DS. I don't buy that for a second.
I don't buy that either, bro.
My man is 32, 33.
He looks about our age.
Yeah, he's knocking Andre Pulyev's head the fuck off clear into the 3rd or 4th row, late 1st round. I think it's going to be a little interesting for a little bit and then decapitation.
Yeah, I mean, I fully agree with you. This is a showcase fight, right? They want to showcase Ateba Gauthier here. Andre Pulyaev too, like poor guy, he looks goofy as fuck. He like his movement and shit. Like have yet to see him and be like, boy, that guy looks really athletic, you know? So yeah, I think he's gonna get fucked up 1st round knockout. Not a whole lot to say there. The odds speak for themselves.
Boom. Atomic says 5 leg kicks from Gaethje or 1 body shot from Francis. What are you taking, DS?
1 body shot from Francis, as long as it's not my liver.
Yeah, I was gonna say the opposite side. I'll probably do that. It's gonna suck. You might shit your pants. But
yeah, hit me on the left side, and it's gonna hurt, and that's fine. You know, I'll be fine. A body shot.
What was the thing you said?
Gaethje could like tear my shit. You know, I'm not trying to fuck.
He can't hurt you more than you're already hurt.
True.
Right.
I guess you're right.
Teron Brown says he went to high school in Mississippi. And then he says, Atomic says, Ateba loses the moment he fights a ranked fighter. Maybe, man. His fraud check is going to be a fucking wild one.
Yeah.
Because you're going to anticipate he knocks everyone
He's pretty
out.
one-dimensional, man.
Yeah,
I mean, he's pretty fucking one-dimensional. You know, I get it, though. If you want to squeeze the juice out of this orange, you got to match him up perfectly, right? Because the guys that he is going to beat, he's going to beat in violent fashion.
Yeah. So his fraud check is going to be something crazy. Ateba needs to step up after this. I agree. Tehran Brown. Atomic says, how is Ateba and Izzy the same height, same weight class, but Ateba is way bigger? I don't know, brother. I don't know. If you listen to Usman, he says there's a lot of Francis Ngannou's out in Africa, and he claims they're all natty. I don't know about that. But Ateba Gaethje is not 24, and he's probably not natty.
Yep.
Yeah, he's on some sort of juice, brother. I don't know what kind of juice, DS, but he's on the juice.
Maybe like a SARM or something.
Yeah,
a little MK 670.
Okay.
Type shit.
It sounds nice.
All right, let's move on, man. Let's move on. And this is one that, again, you know, this is big time Dino Bam Bam vibes here. We got Umar Nurmagomedov. He is taking on your boy, Davison Figueiredo. You love yourself some Davison Figueiredo. That's your guy. Are you picking him here?
DS, I was talking to Alex Davis today. I'm not sure if you saw some of those messages.
I did see that. Yep.
Yeah. So I just wanted to talk to Alex Davis for a little bit, see how he's feeling, how Davison's feeling. He's saying they're feeling good, man. They're good. Weight's on point. They're ready to go. Figgy's feeling strong. So I'm glad to hear that. Look, I have to pick Umar Nurmagomedov, right? I'm not delusional. I'm not crazy. He is way bigger than Davison Figueiredo. He's way younger than Davison Figueiredo. More at his natural fighting weight than Figgy is, right? Figgy's a tweener, man. He was always a little too big for 25, probably too small for 135. Umar, not the tallest 135er DS, but he's a big kid. He could fight 145. So, you know, I get it, man. Umar's on fire. He wins this fight. One thing we have to point out, though, minus 1450 is fucking egregious. A lot of people, I was watching We Want Picks, shout out Big Ange, but he was saying the odds aren't wide enough, which to me is nuts. You're getting plus 850 on Davison Figueiredo after we saw what we saw from Umar Nurmagomedov the last two times out. Gassed out against Merab in a 5-rounder, gassed out against Mario Batista in a 3-rounder, got clipped and dropped in that fight. Now, I'm not putting Mario Batista down, but Davison Figueiredo is a better fighter than Mario Batista. Yes, Mario Batista's younger. He's bigger. He's more in his prime than Figueiredo is. It's Umar Nurmagomedov by decision, DS. I think a pretty one-sided decision. But Figgy does have a puncher's chance. So I would say avoid any sort of parlays with this fight, because what are you getting out of minus 1450? And if you're in the mood to sprinkle, you might as well throw a little something on Figgy. Catches him with an overhand right. I don't think it happens, but it can. Umar by decision.
Yeah, I think this is the lock of the card. Umar, and by decision, if you're going to bet anything, you might as well bet it by decision. I agree with you. That is probably the lock of the card too. Yeah, the odds are fucking crazy, man. But fuck, Figgy's getting pretty fucking old at this point. And again, what I just said about the lighter weight classes and the skill level as you get older, Umar's really good, man. And, you know, maybe Figgy, like in his prime, I think Figgy was definitely the better striker, right? Like technically. But Umar Nurmagomedov, man, sneaky good as a striker. The wrestling is just going to be, and Figgy's not a bad wrestler, but the wrestling is just
great sub skills.
Great sub skills, but come on, bro. You're not getting I could see him throwing up a sub, you know. I think he will. I think we'll see him try
He'll go for a ghillie on a takedown.
Exactly. I think we'll see even I could see like a fucking triangle attempt. I could see, you know, like I think we'll see him attempt some submissions, which I think he'll need to do, because I think a lot of this fight will take place on the ground. I could see it being a boring one. I mean, yeah, you know, I'm going Umar Nurmagomedov by decision, man, but it would be cool to see Figgy win it. I just don't think, you know.
Yeah.
In his prime, I think this would have been a good fight, man.
Oh, I mean, like, fuck yeah. Like a prime Davison Figueiredo going up
prime
to fight.
Figgy, Prime Figgy, I think this is a good fucking fight, man.
Because the power was different level. But look, DS, I think the one thing Figgy really needs to watch out for, everyone's saying it's the grappling. Everyone's saying it's and even Figueiredo himself is talking about the grappling. Be careful of the head kick, man. Umar can snap those bitches out there, and that can end the night really goddamn quickly. If you make this a
sneaky too, like you don't see him coming.
Yeah, so he's going to need to make it scrappy if he wants a chance. But yeah, I mean, it's obvious you got to go Umar in this one. We're both going decision. Catch up on the chat a little bit. Teron Brown says most Africans are kind of muscular.
That's true.
Their DNA. And then Atomic says Umar wins, but I hope I'm wrong. Let's go Figgy. Teron Brown says he has Umar. Also says Umar Figgy is a main card worthy fight, should not be on the prelims. Of course, it's a former champion versus a guy that was in the title, that fought for the title last year.
They're giving you a stacked card to start the year, to start the Paramount Plus era, so great, but
and they moved Rose and Natalia Silva up when Amanda Nunes and Kayla Harrison fell off. I'm assuming just because they wanted a ladies fight on there.
Yeah, they wanted to showcase a ladies fight. And hell, that should be a good ladies fight.
Yep. And then Atomic says O'Malley probably gets the title shot next if he beats Song. We're close to getting there. I got some interesting shit to say about that, but I don't disagree with you. Let's say that.
All right, let's move on to the next fight, which is Arnold Allen. He is taking on Gene Silva. Bam Bam. How do you see this one going?
This fight is fucking crazy, DS. I love
this.
This
is the
fight.
most complex fight to break down. Like, there's most storylines and possibilities here than any other one.
And I told you earlier in the card, the Cam Smotherman and Ricky Tercios fight was probably one of the two more difficult fights for me to choose on this card, and this is the other one.
Yep.
Look, man, DS, first and foremost, just want to shout you out. You said we were at 70% on the year, which is absolutely bananas. You picked Diego Lopez to beat Gene Silva when not a lot of people were doing that, and you picked him by finish as well. So just want to give you a shout out on that. Gene Silva coming off a loss. Yeah, of course. Gene Silva coming off a loss, man. And this is two ends of the same tism spectrum, DS, but completely different kinds of tism.
This is, I've never even thought about that till now. What an autistic fight this is. I mean,
you've got the quiet, weird kind of loner kind of autistic kid.
And then you got the like full on stimming, like
fucking just barking.
Audio visual stimming ass autism. Yeah, it's insane.
Just fucking barking at people. Look, man, Arnold Allen, DS, is a super underrated fighter, man. Extremely well-rounded, super disciplined, hard to beat clean against guys like Max Holloway, Movsar Evloev. Made both of those fights super goddamn competitive. Had an argument to beat both of them. Now, while I don't think I would score the Max fight for him, I can easily see you scoring the Movsar fight for him. There was like that phantom knee or, the drop with the knee and all that wasn't counted. Good boxing, strong grappling defense, rarely puts himself in bad positions, DS. He is willing to scrap, and so is Gene Silva. So I think this is a potential fight of the year. I honestly believe this has fight of the night written all over it. Potential fight of the year kind of thing. Gene Silva, super explosive, super dangerous, one of the most aggressive guys you'll see in the entire promotion. Carries unbelievable power with him. He's willing to take risks. When he is losing a fight, he is willing to go for it. He's never going to lose by decision, this guy. He is never going to lose a fight by decision because if he knows he's losing, he's going to throw it all out there. He can be super wild.
You got to respect, man. I do. Like, that's fucking, what more can you ask for?
I'm saying, but he can be super wild. He can leave openings, and we saw that against the boy, Diego Lopez, who we will be seeing next week. Caught him with an absolutely nasty spinning elbow. I've been 50-50 on this, DS. I've been flip-flopping so much. On the quick picks, I went Arnold Allen. I reverted and went to Gene Silva, which is what I originally picked when this fight dropped. I'm going back to Arnold Allen. I'm sticking with it. I like Arnold Allen in this fight. I think he has faced a higher level of competition. He has shown that he can beat a higher level of competition, even though he didn't beat Max or Movsar. I believe he did win the Movsar fight. And when we saw Gene Silva take that step up and fight a Diego Lopez, he got absolutely embarrassed in round one. And while, yes, he looked great on the feet in round two, I think it was more because Diego Lopez allowed himself to get drawn into that brawl, because Diego Lopez is one of those guys, DS. We're about to talk about Justin Gaethje. We're talking about this guy, Gene Silva. Diego Lopez is a man, bro. He is willing to scrap. Like, he'll say
top three favorite fighters for me. He's unbelievable.
He'll say fuck it and throw down. I don't think that Arnold Allen won't do that.
He needs to get his head off the center line. So does Gene Silva, but
right. I'm going Arnold Allen, man. Decision. I think it's going to be a fucking ridiculous fight.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. This is absolute fucking chaos versus, like you said, the autistic spectrum. It's absolute fucking chaos versus pure control, right? And like to me, like, the biggest factor in this fight might be Arnold Allen's defensive capabilities, maybe the most underrated defensive fighter in the UFC, right? Like, he's unbelievably technical. He's elite when it comes to the evasive capabilities on the feet. Let me ask you this. Do you see this fight going to the ground at all?
It could happen, right? I could see like Gene Silva maybe just pressuring, getting Arnold Allen off balance and kind of like taking his back, dragging him down. But the majority of it will be on the feet.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, like you said, man, pretty much. Gene Silva is going to be more dangerous in the early rounds. He's got more power, right? He's the more unorthodox kind of guy. I just think that all the taunting and all that bullshit, he's going to do it. He always does it, right? That's just part of his shtick. That's just what he does. I just think it's not going to work that well against Arnold Allen. I really don't. I think when you're fighting, like, again, look at what happens when you're fighting a composed fighter like Diego is, right?
Yeah.
And then you take that into account. Diego, again, doesn't move his head off the fucking center line. Now you got a guy like Arnold Allen who is just as composed, if not more, and is elite, absolutely elite defensively. I just don't see it for Gene Silva, man. I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go Arnold Allen. I'm going to go by decision. I think Arnold Allen just lands more shots on the feet, right? I think this is going to be bloody, man. I think we're going to see both guys busted open, to be honest with you. I'm expecting fireworks here. I'm expecting fireworks. I just think the longer the fight goes on, the more it's going to work in the favor of Arnold Allen, and I think he wins the decision.
Look, besides Umar and Figgy, which is the fight before this, who I, for my own bias, I'm going to have a dog in that fight, right? I'm going to be with Davis and Figueiredo, and just in the grand scheme of things, it's important to see an Umar Nurmagomedov fight. But I was going to say this might be the first huge fight of the year because Umar Figgy is big, but I think everyone kind of knows the outcome of that fight. This will be the first one where it's like, massive title implications between two guys who, like, we probably don't know what's going to go on in this fight. I agree with you. I think it's going to be bloody. I think it's going to be super nerve-wracking. It's going to be exciting as fuck, and I'm super excited and lit for this fight, DS. Let's hit the chat real quick. Atomic. I genuinely hope Allen wins the belt after Volk. The rest of the division are hella annoying. Man, look, if Volk goes and Arnold Allen gets the strap, I'm down. I'm down for him. I like Diego Lopez, though. I just don't want him to beat Volk. He says he was robbed against Movsar. What do you think about that, DS?
Yeah, no, I agree, man. Yeah. I agree. I thought he won that. Obviously, it was very close, but I thought he won that too.
Teron Brown says he's picking Allen to beat Gian Silva, so he's on our side. Hope Volk finishes Lopez.
Gian Silva, you made his ass Italian real quick.
Gian.
Hope Volk finishes. What was the guy that Barnett knocked out with the spinning kick? John Vellante?
John Vellante. Shout out John Vellante, bro. Atomic hopes Volk finishes Lopez.
Hey, that guy was like your fucking just like your older brother who beat up on you a little bit in your Italian family, and then he's just like, I'm gonna go fucking fight in the UFC.
The best thing is listening to Wonder Boy and fucking Chris Weidman talk about John Vellante stories because he's apparently just like a psychopath.
Yeah, I would believe it. I believe it. Yeah, no, I believe it. Yeah, he sounds like a maniac.
And then Teron Brown says Allen could potentially KO Silva. I would fucking love that, brother. From your mouth to God's ears, my friend. I hope that is
to Allah's ears. Yeah, no, I could totally see that. I could totally see that too. I'm just picking the more likely scenario in my head, and that's the decision. Because again, you have to think too, you cannot get too fucking close to this guy, right? Like, he's always so dangerous, and Arnold Allen is so defensively sound. I think, even if he's beating the fuck out of him, I think he's gonna. I don't know that he's gonna risk it unless it's very obvious that he's gonna get the finish.
Would you risk it, DS?
For the biscuit? I mean, yeah, I would, but what the fuck do I know?
Teron wants to know if you're going to be joining him in Mississippi, DS, or Nashville. Have you guys ever thought about moving from Chicago?
Maybe lock them doors and turn them lights down low. I will not be moving to Mississippi for sure. That's for sure. Nashville, I could probably live in Nashville. For now, well, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be moving anywhere, but I absolutely have thought about moving. I'd probably move to Europe if I was going to fucking move anywhere, to be honest with you. So,
yeah.
Or if I was going to move, it'd have to be one of the other big cities. I can't do a small town fucking thing. I'll go absolutely insane.
I've contemplated a Phoenix move. You know what I mean?
Well, that's like an Assyrian rite of passage. The Chicago to Phoenix pipeline, the Illinois to Arizona, the Chicago to Arizona pipeline in general is crazy.
Crazy. Cub spring training, bro. Fuck it.
Yep.
Basically home. All right.
Basically. All right, let's move on, man. Let's move on to the next fight, which is, and we just talked about it earlier, Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. How do you see this one going?
You know, I love me some Thug Rose, right, DS? Do you know that about me?
I know you do. You almost love her as much as Pat Barry.
That's fucked up. Look, Thug Rose, man, super goddamn skilled DS, super experienced fighter. She strikes like a man. And I said this last time out, like she is a very impressive striker. There are very few women that you could watch striking and be like, wow, that is super goddamn technical. That is beautiful. That is Thug Rose when she is on a roll, but she is a very inconsistent fighter, DS. She oftentimes starts very slow, struggles to get into fights. Like, you know how she is, dude. She can let rounds slip away. And in a 3-rounder, you can't be doing that. I will say she did say in media day today that the UFC promised her a title shot against Valentina Shevchenko if she wins this fight. So potential.
Well, I thought Natalia Silva said that.
No, well, so did Rose. I didn't know that Natalia Silva said that, but apparently Natalia Silva said that as well. DS, the one thing that sticks out about Natalia Silva to me, man, last time out, holy shit, dude. My God, she looked so goddamn good. We were talking about defensively sound with Arnold Allen. She was like stupidly defensively sound. She was moving around out there, like not getting touched by anything, floating around the cage, too fast to get touched. She was popping in and out. That was against Alexa Grasso. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. My God, dude. It's been a while since I've seen a female fight where I've been that impressed by one person in particular. Natalia Silva is fast. She's confident, unbelievable footwork, unbelievably sharp. She's coming in with momentum. This is a huge fight for her that she's stepping in on short-ish notice. I think it's been like 4 or 5 weeks. But DS, if she can dictate the range on Thug Rose, man, she is going to win this fight. And I think Natalia Silva is next in line for a title shot against Valentina Shevchenko.
Has to be.
And that's the clear fight to make. I think that does happen around June or July, maybe the White House, right? They're talking about all these fights at the White House, so maybe then. But Natalia Silva, by decision, too fast for an aging, kind of chubby at 125 Thug Rose.
Yeah, I mean, Grasso, crazy win. Clearly won that fight. Jessica Andrade, Viviane Araújo. She's fucking the real deal, man. Like, she is my favorite women's fighter, and for good reason, right?
Who is
Rose? Look, what's up?
Who is your favorite women's fighter?
Natalia Silva.
Okay.
I think she's unbelievable. I love Alexa Grasso too, and I had Grasso, I think, still close, but winning that fight. But she clearly won that fight, man. She's unbelievable everywhere. You said Rose hits like a man. So does Natalia Silva, dude. Her fucking kicks are great. She's got the better speed. Rose is going to need to establish that jab, I think. I think that's going to be a weapon that she needs to utilize. I also think that she's going to have to try to get the grappling in. But Natalia Silva is really fucking good on the ground too. So I just think that Natalia Silva at this point is better everywhere. I would have loved to see this fight when Rose was at her prime. But like you said, she's been inconsistent. She hasn't looked the same. She looks chubby at this weight class. Relatively, right? Like, what does that mean? She's still fucking, legit. But yeah, I think this is a, minus 410. I think these odds are fair, to be honest with you. I think Natalia Silva is going to have a fairly easy decision win here.
Yeah, I get it. Teron Brown going with Thug Rose. He's going with the dog in this one. I don't know. I don't know if I'd like to see it. I think I probably would like to see it, DS. I'm a Thug Rose fan at the end of the day, but I just don't know if it's better for the division. I do think that Natalia Silva gives Valentina Shevchenko like a huge run for her money, if not wins that fight outright.
I agree with you. Also, I just want to point out, we don't talk a lot of technical stats, right? And like analytics here, because in the UFC, like it matters less than other sports. But Silva lands significantly higher volume herself and also absorbs fewer strikes by a good margin too, historically. Also, 92% takedown defense. So where the fuck is Rose going to win this fight? I just don't see it, man.
She would have to pick her. She would have to beat point fighter, right? She would have to beat her via point fighting.
It's just not going to happen, man. Like you said, she's also defensively sound. She's a complete fighter, man.
Yeah, she's really good, dude. She's really good. I think this is the new level, the new generation of women's mixed martial arts, to be honest with you.
She's unbelievable. Love her. All right, let's move on, man. We are fucking now. It's getting real interesting here too. Your boy, Waldo Cortez Acosta. By the way, we kind of fell off on doing the your boy, y'all's boy, my boy, all that shit,
What do they drink?
What do they drink? Damn, dude. Wow. That's
Mhm.
some OG 10-7 shit. Holy shit. I don't think we did it once in 2025. That's crazy. All right. Waldo Cortez Acosta, Derek Lewis, our second heavyweight fight of the night. How do you see this one going?
Look, man, at the end of the day, DS, it's two big-ass heavyweights who throw big, meaty-ass paws at each other. Anyone can get caught and knocked out. Anytime you see Derek Lewis in there and you see him at a plus price, and it's plus 260, and the knockout is probably like plus 280. It's not much more. But you get tempted. You get tempted to throw on Derek Lewis. Now, I'm not the biggest believer in Waldo Cortez Acosta. I do think he is slightly overrated. But what is that really saying at heavyweight, right? None of these guys at the top of the except for the top of the heavyweight rankings, are that good. So Waldo Cortez Acosta has gotten by being not a fat piece of shit, slightly athletic, throws hard, and look where this puts you. You know what I mean?
Less of a fat piece of shit, I guess.
That's what I'm saying, right? And look how far that can get you.
By the way, is this a cute ass little?
What's going on over there? What is that? Is that cats?
Yeah, just two cute ass little cats.
I like it. But look, DS, I have to go Waldo Cortez Acosta, man. I would love to see Derek Lewis win this fight. I'd love to see him, no Diddy, take his shorts off, run around the cage, moon the crowd on Paramount, say some crazy shit to get on the White House card, because apparently he is actually Donald Trump's favorite fighter. Like, Donald Trump calls Dana White and asks about Derek Lewis, which is nuts to me.
That's crazy, because Ronda's not asking about him, but Donald Trump is.
That's what I'm saying. So look, I'm going Waldo Cortez Acosta, and one of the very few times that it happens, DS, I hope I'm so wrong, and I hope Derek Lewis catches this guy and slumps him out cold. One thing we need to note, though, Derek Lewis, is Waldo Cortez Acosta not the type of guy that Derek Lewis would knock the fuck out of? Like a rising prospect, he has the look of a Derek Lewis victim, so I hope that's the case. I'll also let you know, Derek Lewis from Houston, Texas. Waldo Cortez Acosta, he Dominican. He not black.
Dominican. He no black, Papi. He Dominican.
So you got to know that.
Mama huevo.
Hey, by the way, Waldo Cortez Acosta by decision. That's what I'm going with. You go, Diaz.
I'm going Derek Lewis. And look, man, like, I could see the knockout. Absolutely. He also, just for the record, looks to be in great fucking shape from what I've seen, which I appreciate. Don't forget that we've seen him kind of wrestling a little bit lately. So is he going to bust out the wrestling? I know we all expect this to be a quick fight on the feet. You don't know, man. You don't know. Maybe he's been working the wrestling. He's working the grappling, right? Maybe that's why he's looking a little svelte. I'm having a lot of difficulty with this one, honestly, because Waldo Cortez Acosta, we talked about this before, right? Like, he could be challenging for a title by the end of the year. I could also see him getting absolutely fraud checked by Derek Lewis. I also think there's a world where he gets fraud checked by Derek Lewis and then still fights for a title by the end of the year, because heavyweight's so fucking weird. So I'm gonna go with Derek Lewis by second round knockout, like early second round knockout. He just comes out and like gets a sneaky ass fucking uppercut in on some Curtis Blades shit. Shout out Curtis Blades. No disrespect. Love that guy. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Obviously, smart money says Waldo Cortez Acosta is going to just kind of, land the better shots, right? And at 40 years old now, like Derek Lewis, but it's heavyweight, right? It's heavyweight. So, I mean, I'll take a 40-year-old Derek Lewis in good shape at heavyweight, even if he's 40 years old. So this is not a high confidence pick, I will say. And for our actual picks, when it comes to the Creator Challenge, I'm happy to go Acosta here for the record, Dino. Yeah. For my official pick, I am going to go Derek Lewis, though.
I love it, man. I hope you're right, DS. I hope you are right, and I'm very wrong. But again, it's heavyweight, right? It's 50-50, honestly. Like, it really is. It's whoever catches the other fighter with a big-ass shot first. Like, that's going to be the end of this fight, more than likely. Yeah, I hope it's Derek Lewis. I hope it is.
Yep. All right, let's move on, man. Let's move on to the co-main event of the evening for Saturday, which is Sean O'Malley. Sugar Sean, he's back. He's taking on Song Yadong. And honestly, this is a fight that I've been wanting to see for a good while, and one that I was anticipating for a while. We kind of knew it would happen at some point. It's finally happening. How do you see it playing out?
Yeah, DS, I think this is a very, very important pivotal moment in Sean O'Malley's career and the UFC's relationship with Sean O'Malley, right? If he loses this fight, obviously he's been saying shit like I'm gonna retire. I don't buy that.
Nah, bro. I could see
But
him taking a good hiatus.
yeah, exactly. But there's nobody on the planet, DS, that should be more hyped, more excited over the decision that happened in December with Merab and Petr Yan than Sean O'Malley, right?
Absolutely. It's opened the door right back up for him to get to the top.
I'm saying, right? And everybody was bitching about undeserved title shots and Dana White privilege and all that kind of bullshit. And yes, it's true. It exists. You know that. I know that. Fucking, we're not the kind of people that would dispute that that's a real thing. It is absolutely a real thing. Sean O'Malley stands to benefit from that, right? He has a win. However controversial it was, whatever your thoughts on that fight were, on the record books, Sean O'Malley has a win over Petr Yan, the current champion, whereas he had 2 losses back to back. The second one, which was undeserved, DS, and he got finished. So he was never going to get a chance at Merab again. It was going to be very difficult to get Sean O'Malley another shot at Merab Dvalishvili. However,
this changes everything.
Yeah, this changes everything. So you have Umar earlier in the card. You have Sean O'Malley here later in the card. And those two are both vying for title shots. They both are hoping that they can jump Merab Dvalishvili's trilogy against Petr Yan and get their opportunity. Now, while I think for Umar it is possible with a finish that he does get a title shot, I just don't think the UFC's positioning it that way, DS, because if they were, they would have put him on the main card. I think his placement
that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, his placement on the final prelim is letting us know you're going to have to fight again. You're probably going to have to fight one more time after this against like a real legitimate top 5 guy. And I don't mean that to break Figgy in any way or to put him down, but Davis and Figueiredo, I feel like we all kind of know what this is. This is just get Umar a fight so he shuts up. Let's give him a name that has some value on it so he's excited to do it. Nobody expects Figgy to beat him. But if Sean O'Malley can go out there and finish Song Yadong, DS, call out Petr Yan, like we were talking about with Charles Johnson. I beat the champion. I'm the person that beat his ass. I have a win over him. I'm going to get my belt back, and that's what it is. They're going to give him the fight, right? It's paramount. It's the co-main event. It's the first massive card of the year, all that shit. It works out perfectly to get a Sean O'Malley versus Petr Yan fight at the White House. That is the fight you make at the White House. You tell Merab, if you want to wait for the title, take some time off. You can wait for the winner of that. If it's Sean O'Malley, you obviously get that title shot. If it's Petr Yan, you obviously get that title shot. That makes Umar wait even more, right? So that's kind of how I'm seeing the matchmaking. Now, look, when it comes down to it, Song Yadong is very good. We've both been very high on him. He's explosive. He's durable. He's dangerous with the power. We know he's grappling a lot with Uriah Faber and those guys down there. He's got jiu-jitsu skills, DS. He's got submission skills. He can push a pace. He can force exchanges. We saw him do pretty well against Corey Sandhagen, a longer, taller kind of opponent. I just think that Sean O'Malley has been kind of underrated for a while now, man. And people may hate hearing that because he is such a controversial figure. This is a guy that we did see outclassed by Merab, especially that second fight, but 2 times in a row. These guys with privilege, these guys that, kind of get whatever they want, Dana's boys, people like to hate on them and underappreciate them, underrate them. DS, he is a fucking hell of a striker, man. Super wiry striker, serious one-shot power, and we've seen volume. We were at the Chris Matinho fight, UFC 264, right? And he put a beating on that kid, and I know that was favorable matchmaking, but Sean O'Malley has shown that he can strike with anybody, and he has one-shot power. I don't think he puts Song away, but I think he clearly outpoints him 30-27. So I'm going the Sugar Show, and I believe he will fight Petr Yan at the White House.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, I think Sean O'Malley is going to remind people of how good he really is. I really do. Obviously, what he needs to do is stay on the outside, use his reach, throw in the body kicks, throw in the head kicks potentially. Sean O'Malley is a fucking sniper. He is an absolute fucking sniper. One of the most accurate strikers, right? Like, I think he's going to need to use his counters in this one, right? Song Yadong, a lot more compact of a body structure, a lot more compact of a striker. Song Yadong is going to want to get in close, right? I think he's going to want to utilize that clinch. I really do. I think Song Yadong's best bet is to apply that pressure, right? So that O'Malley can't get too comfortable at range. I think he's going to need to out volume Sean O'Malley, right? So I just think that Sean O'Malley's lateral movement is too good. I think he's going to be able to avoid the scrambles and the clinch exchanges. I really do. I think he's just going to land the better shots. My only thing is like I keep having a vision of him like absolutely knocking Song Yadong the fuck out. I really do. But logic is telling me to pick him by decision because Song Yadong is tough as fuck, and he also is a very good striker too. And dude, he's not easy to finish. So I guess I'm gonna go by decision for the official pick, but man, I would not be surprised if he gets a knockout. I really do. I think in round 1 we see O'Malley establish the jab. I want to see him use the leg kicks. I think Song kind of tries to throw in some good combinations, gets inside. Close first round. I think round 2, O'Malley starts getting going a little bit more, works the body kicks, throws in some counters. We'll see, man. I think O'Malley to me is pretty much a fucking lock, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's man. I agree. I'm sorry to cut you off,
but I really do. I'm very confident he'll win.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off. I fully agree, man. And a lot of people are taking Song Yadong as an underdog. I don't see it at all. I think these odds are a fucking.
And that's not discounting Song Yadong. I think he's unbelievable. I think he belongs where he is. I think he's really fucking good. I just think he's maxed out.
You know what I think they're going to do, DS? I think Song Yadong and Uriah Faber, they're going to come in there with this game plan to approach this fight in the same way that Merab did, right? They're going to see the holes in O'Malley's game. They're going to try to shoot nonstop takedowns. But
that only worked because Merab is as fucking skilled as he is.
That's what I'm saying, right? Now, granted, that was a 5-rounder both times, but I think
I actually wanted to ask you that. Do you think it would make a difference? I don't think it would. I don't think it would make a difference to the outcome.
I don't think it would.
Instance.
I don't think it would either, but the game plan would be better suited to a 5-rounder. I just think they're going to try to do that, a lot of like takedowns, and they're going to fail because Sean O'Malley's takedown defense is actually pretty good, but they're going to try to catch him in those in-between moments that Merab was catching him with, right? Show the takedown, show the takedown, show the takedown, come upstairs with a blitz, and he's got more power than Merab. So I think that's how they're going to try to catch him. I just don't see it happening, man. Sean O'Malley's a super high IQ fighter as well, DS. Let's not count that out. To the chat real quick. Teron Brown, I'm picking O'Malley, but at some point I would love to see him at 145. I just feel more exciting fights up there for him. Yeah, I mean, remember last time, Dana, give me a jet to Spain. I want Ilia Topuria. Like, thank God he didn't get that.
Yeah.
Just imagine O'Malley versus Pico or O'Malley versus Yair or O'Malley versus Diego Lopez. I think he beats the shit out of Pico. I would.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, I would pick him to beat Yair. Oh, no, I wouldn't. I don't know. But he would not beat Diego Lopez. There's no chance in hell that he would beat Diego Lopez.
I would like to see. I do want to see that at some point too. But I think now is not the time. Now that Peter Yan has won the title, this is not the time to do that.
And then Hakeem the Dream in the chat. What up, Hakeem says Kamaru Usman.
Shout out Hakeem, man.
Will beat Islam Makhachev. You heard it here first.
Hakeem off a perk, though. He's off a perk. There's absolutely no way.
Yeah, I don't buy it, Hakeem. Maybe. I mean, Kamaru Usman, man, he's a legend.
With those knees, oh fuck, and he's been out for so. There's no way, man. Like I love Kamaru Usman. I'm a big fan. I like him more than I like Islam. I really do. I would love to see it. A lot of people are saying so. I just don't see it, man. I really don't.
All right. Shit.
Also, just one quick note, right? If we remove Sean O'Malley has a 61% takedown defense, which doesn't seem that good, right? If we take away the Merab fights, it jumps to 84%.
And shout out Alex in the Instagram chat says, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just happy to be here.
Shout out Alex. Alex Gould?
Yeah.
What up, Alex? Fucking love you, man.
Let's get it.
All right, let's move on to the main event of the evening, which is Justin Gaethje, and kind of fucking crazy. Plus 190 odds on Gaethje. He's taking on Paddy Pimblett. You know, Bam Bam, how do you see this one going? First main event of 2026.
I love it. But Teron Brown in the chat says Shavkat is Islam's toughest fight at 170. Yeah, it's that or a potential Michael Morales, right? It's one of those two.
Or a Michael Johnson.
Damn, yeah, maybe, right? With everything he does. Look, DS, main event of the evening, first main event of the year, first main event of Paramount, the new Paramount era. And it's a title fight that should not really be a title fight, right? It's Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett. I said it earlier on, two guys that don't deserve to be fighting for a title. Not that they don't deserve a main event spot. I get that. They just they don't deserve to be fighting for interim gold, because this should be Arman Sarukian. It should be Arman versus Max. It should be Arman versus Charles Oliveira. There are a couple of other people that should be getting this. Regardless, Justin Gaethje, elite pressure striker, man, brutal leg kicks, some of the best leg kicks we've ever seen. Serious power in both his hands and his kicks. He's dangerous at every second, DS. He's aggressive as hell, and we've seen that work for him, and we've seen that absolutely blow up in his face, right? Now, the thing with Justin Gaethje at this point, yes, he's exciting. He's your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. He is nicknamed the highlight for a reason, but he's getting old, man, and it makes me feel old, but Justin Gaethje's 37 years old, right? And at this point, he's facing a much younger, bigger guy in Paddy the Baddy, who is super goddamn durable. He is super opportunistic, super dangerous in scrambles. And DS, he possesses submission skills, which have been Justin Gaethje's downfall throughout a lot of his career when he's faced the top level guys, right? The Khabib Nurmagomedov, the Charles Oliveira fight, submitted in both of those. Weirdly enough, both of those for UFC titles, and he's fighting for a UFC title here once again. I just think while Paddy's striking is not as bad as people think it is, it has improved. It's still not Justin Gaethje levels. I just think he's going to be too big, man. He's going to be too heavy for Justin Gaethje, and I really worry about the thing that's going on here on Justin Gaethje's neck. He's been covering it up with a Band-Aid these last few days when everyone thought it was gone, and now it's like leaked that it's a bandage. He's got like an open wound there, DS. It looks like staph infection, and I'm not a doctor.
Not so the Nekusi.
What is that?
I said not the Nekusi.
I'm saying. So, by the way, Alex says he likes your hat. Look,
thanks, Al.
That thing on his neck, DS, it looks like staph infection, right? And again, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what the hell that does to you, but I do know that the antibiotics that are taken for staph absolutely destroy your cardio. We saw a very compromised version of Islam Makhachev while he had staph infection. Most fighters tend to look terrible when they have staph, except unless you're Marab, right? He seems to fly through that shit. I have to go Paddy Pimblett. I have to go by submission. Maybe. Paddy by submission. I think he's going to wear Gaethje down. I think Gaethje's cardio is going to start to go. I think he's going to take him down. Eventually, he's going to find the back. He's going to get an RNC. Survives the chaos, drags Gaethje late, and subs him. But DS for what? What is this all for? Just to get knocked the fuck out by Ilia Topuria. So who gives a shit?
Yeah, dude, I keep going back and forth on this one. I really do, because it's like, just like, to me, it's one thing's clear is that Justin Gaethje is not who he was, right? This is not the Justin Gaethje of old. It's just simply not. As unfortunate as that is, but his fucking power is still like fight altering, right? It's just a goddamn difference maker. And then, like, what's the biggest knock on Paddy?
He leaves his chin up in the air.
He leaves his fucking chin up in the air like this, dude.
Yeah.
So, like, that gives me so much pause, right? So, dude, I want to pick Gaethje. I really do. But, like you said, man, the staph infection, I don't think that's such a small thing. That is something that I'm absolutely considering. And I think that's kind of what's swaying it for me. I think it's 50-50. And I think that staph infection might just be enough to sway it. And it's like, dude, we have not seen Gaethje look that great in a while now. And
he doesn't look bad, though, DS, either.
I'm not saying he's looked terrible. I'm not saying he looked terrible. But, again, you can see there's been a fall off there, right? And now he's been out for a while, and it's either Gaethje by knockout or Paddy by submission, right? And I'm very 50-50, and I may flip on this. Dude, I hate this. I really hate this. I'm going to go Paddy, my official pick for now, and check back with me later on this week if you have any questions at the 107MMA. Shoot us a message on Instagram.
Here, look, yes, look at the thing on the bottom. Follow us on Instagram at the 107MMA.
Great timing, perfect. I'm going to go with Paddy, man, and I never, like a year ago even, I don't think, like, you would think I was under duress if I was saying this shit, you know? Mm-hmm. I think the size is a factor. I think obviously the submission skills are a factor. I don't like Paddy striking, man. I really don't. And his defense is fucking shit. God damn, I might be convincing myself to take Gaethje. This is such a 50-50 one for me. I'm going to go Paddy for now, but I might switch like in the next 5 minutes.
It's the size, DS. It's just the size advantage that Paddy Pimblett's going to have, man. Okay, Rafael Fiziev got Justin Gaethje down a couple times, had him in like a triangle choke.
Yeah.
If a guy in
that's a good point, man. I forgot about that.
If Rafael Fiziev, who is a guy who is never going to look to grapple, like not for a moment is Rafael Fiziev going to look to grapple. If he got you in a triangle choke off of a scramble, what is Paddy Pimblett going to do? And then I worry because when the last time we saw Justin Gaethje go in there against a guy that he knew was going to be a strict grappler, the two that come to mind are the Charles Oliveira and Khabib Nurmagomedov fight. The Charles Oliveira fight, he got sparked, dropped, and subbed. Totally different. Throw that out. But when it was Khabib,
that Charles run was unbelievable.
Unbelievable. The Oliveira, it was crazy. But when it was Khabib, man, he went in there. He lost his cardio in like 40 seconds. He was gassed. He
also gets visibly flustered.
That's what I'm saying. He was flustered. Yeah. He was gassed after a minute.
He gives up. Like, he mentally gives up. Talk about another autistic guy. Like, he gets visibly, like, he gives up. If he gets, like, outclassed in a certain way, he gives up. So
Alex wants you to know, good night, fellas. I'm going Gaethje by KO round 2. So he's chiming in.
That's such an Alex pick. I respect it, though.
Yeah. But yeah, look, I have to go Paddy. I hate that I have to do it, Diaz, but it is what it is. It doesn't matter. We're going to see him get absolutely slumped.
I agree. I'm less confident than you because, again, bro, like, look, the power is the last to go, right? And when you're fucking, this is how you fight. This is how you step back. Dude, Gaethje is very, very, very live to knock you the fuck out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So that is the card, DS. That is UFC 324, the first Paramount card of the first card of the year, the first card on Paramount. We're getting an interim title, man. Should be a banger. I'm so excited for the earlier start time as well. We haven't talked much about that, but these cards are going to be ending by like 10 p.m. our time, local, central. We're going to be done at like 10. That means we can enjoy our fights on a Saturday and still go out and be like social, normal people. Just show up a little bit late.
I'm going to be at a concert for the main event, and I'm going to be probably like watching it on my phone as I'm doing that. So.
Well, that's good because before you used to have to jump through hoops to do that on your phone. Now you can just get the Paramount app and you're good.
Paramount app, yep.
What concert are you going to?
You probably don't know them. Drama?
Never heard of them. I know Nina Drama.
Huh?
I know Nina Drama.
Yep, she got us 3 million views that one time.
That was really cool. But yeah, DS, you got anything else to say, brother?
No, man. Just this was great. Happy to be here, guys. Whoever hopped in, Teron Brown, shout out, bro. Hakeem the Dream, shout out Rennie. Atomic, shout out, bro. Fucking anybody that's contributed. You know, the road to 5,000, man. The road to 5,000 on YouTube, and just happy to be here with you, man. Looking forward to continue to do this shit.
So 2 things before we get out of here, DS. Number 1, for anyone that's still here, thumbs up. That would mean a lot to us. Hit the subscribe button. That would mean the world to us as we are trying to get to that 5K. New series dropping tomorrow, DS. It should be you with Harry.
You're telling me.
Huh?
Yeah, you're telling me.
I'm saying it's going to be Harry from Pro Schmo Bets with DS. Can AI beat a pro better? And it's going to be a fun series. They're going to be short videos, 7-8 minutes long kind of thing. Or maybe 6-7. I don't know. Are we still 6-7ing in the big 2026?
Yes.
Or is that over with?
No. Well, we're chopped unks, so what do we know? But yeah.
Man, it sucks being a chopped unk. But yeah, DS, I got nothing else to say, man. That's happening on Thursday. I will, of course, be here Saturday pre-fight. We're making that a tradition where I'm going to be on at least an hour before the card talking to the folks live. So join in there if you want to talk some shit. Anything else, DS?
No, sir.
All right. That right there is DS. My name is Dino Bam Bam. This, as an entity, is the 10-7 MMA. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.